Good afternoon, grade 8. This is Mrs. Davis here. Ignore my dress today. I'm doing a little Halloween spoof. I'm actually acting out the role of Janis Joplin. The elective hall teachers, shh, don't tell anyone. We're dressing up as the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and 80s icons. Music icons, I should say. And I'm Janis Joplin. So anyway, we're gonna get started on the elements of art. So your projects this week and our topic this week and everything we're gonna talk about in art this week is going to be about the elements of art. Now I know we've gone over some of these lightly the last couple of weeks, but we're gonna delve into them a little bit deeper. So when we're talking about the elements of art, we're talking about different elements you put into your art that is gonna make your art look wonderful, fantastic, head-turning art, right? So we have to be very conscientious of what these elements are. We're not just gonna randomly paint or draw and not think about how the elements fit in to a good piece of art. So we're looking at line, color, shape, form, space, texture, and value. And we're gonna talk about these more in depth in class, but your mini assignment that is going to be due on Wednesday is gonna be making a poster with the 7 elements of art and a line or 2 definition of what each one of them means. Now you'd have to look up what they each mean. These are very short, cryptic, basic definition that I have written down here. For example, line, a path of movement point. Color, objects that are chromatic in quality. Shape means the contour of a flat object. Form is a 3D object having depth. Space is an object's internal and external areas, of closer up, further back. Texture is the tactile quality of the surface, how something feels, smooth, soft, hard, rough. And value has to do with objects' lightness and darkness. And you'll get so familiar with these by the time the year rolls around, you'll get good at making sure that you have a lot of these in your art. Sometimes in art you'll focus on 1 or 2. Sometimes in art you'll have all of these. And I'm going to start asking you in your art, as you're analyzing your art, show me what elements you have in your art. And you have to be able to say, oh, Miss Davis, in my piece of art I just did, I chose to do, for example, line work here. I had decided I wanted to make this become my big shape. And I also use the value scale to create dark black, white, and light gray for my art. So you're gonna be using this language the further we delve into art. One of the things that always helps me with the value scale is this little baby here. So this is a chart that helps you see the black here and the white here and everything in between. All right, let me move on and talk about what your project's going to be for Sunday. So this is the mini project that's due Wednesday. But what will be due Sunday is you're going to create a large piece of art or a poster-sized piece of art with an example of 7 pieces of artwork related to each one of these. Now, here's the good news. Your artwork can be artwork you've already done that you crop and cut to fit into your poster. It can be artwork that you find in a magazine or online, or it could be your own artwork that you've recycled, or it can be fresh artwork that you choose to make. And I'll show you what I did on my poster. So here's my poster. And you see, I've got the 7 elements of art in this piece of art. So at the top, I've got form. And then where this skull is value, lights and darks. Then I've got color here. And this might look like color, but this is space. You see, I have some objects that look like they're coming closer to you, and some objects look like they're coming further back. Think about like the space and planets, you know, how you'll have a small planet and a big planet further away, or a smaller planet further away. That's kind of what space is. It's when you take objects in your artwork that can look closer, further away, bigger, smaller. That's what space is. Then I've got labeled shape, and this is just mainly circular shapes, but this piece of artwork focuses on shape and color, right? And then back here I have texture, and this painting that I cropped, you can actually feel it, and it feels prickly and a little bubbly from the dot painting. So this is texture. And then over here is line, where I did lots of different lines. I'm gonna hold this up really close to you and let you really look at it. to give you an idea what to expect you're going to do. Seven pieces of art attached to a big poster or big piece of, I guess if you have a large enough sketchbook, you could probably plug in 7 pieces in that. Please use a variety of mediums. Obviously, if you're going to do color, when you get to color, you can use Sharpies and colored pencils. When you get to the value scale, I recommend that you use a Q-tip for smudging and figure out what your value scale is going to be. And I would use a variety, if you have them, art pencils for value. And if you're going to be doing basically shape, you know, you might want to use a ruler, or if you have a template to create shapes, okay? If you're going to be doing texture, just think about anything that gives the implication that it feels cold, hot, warm, prickly, soft, edgy, shiny, smooth. So think about what kind of art you would do that would look shiny. Or find something in a magazine that looks like a piece of art that might be shiny. So I want you to use a variety of mediums. Don't forget, for Sharpies, they come in great if you want to do line work. So you see on this right here where I did line, this is done with Sharpie, right? You can tell this is Sharpie work. So you can use regular medium tip Sharpie, I like to call it, and you can use the fine tip Sharpie, I like to call these. The fine tip is really, really, really skinny. So I would like for you to explore 7 different pieces of art that you're going to put on a poster. You're going to label them the 7 elements of art. This is due Wednesday. This is due Sunday. And I wish you the best of luck. And I can't wait to see you on Monday. And I hope you guys have had a great Halloween.